How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Big Six. One man down, TOBS is away. He's on international duty as always. He's been on international duty a few times this season, but yeah, he ain't here. GRIZZ shaking his head. Big up Steve, SAEED, GRIZZ, and Matisse back in the building. Hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Individual channels in the description below. All of that stuff. You know what to do, people. Let's get to 1,000 likes as quickly as possible. Well, it's been a no week of football, but obviously transfer rumors have started flying in left, right, and centre. So we're touching on a bit of those, but it's all about looking at the weekend FA Cup final to come for Steve and Man City, and a crucial game against United to come for Chelsea at the Bridge, which obviously we'll be covering on the mob tomorrow. SAEED's on, Matisse is on. Both clubs are represented, people. Last mob of the season. So again, you know what to do. Make sure you're there. Make sure you subscribe, notification bell on, like, do all of that, people. And yeah, the love has been mad for that one. So obviously we're looking to elevate it next season, but we'll move into that when next season comes. But yeah, how are you all feeling? All good?
Yeah, all good, man. Can't complain, man. All good.
Yeah. Where should we start?
Final, man. FA Cup final. Can't wait.
Yeah. I mean, a few days ago you was, I won't say nervous, but you were saying, Palace, yeah, they might be a bit of a problem for you. But how are you feeling now? A couple of days off it, and I assume you're going to be there.
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow night. I think it's because Pep changed the team against Southampton. Southampton got a point. I think everyone's heads fell off. So, he needs to not play about with it too much. He was on a decent run of form, playing some good football. He's overthinking a few things. Palace, they had a great win in the semi-final against Villa. I said it on here that Palace, I think, had Villa's number. And to be honest, we played them early in the season 2-2 when we were in that bit of a sticky patch. It wasn't the greatest game at Sellers Park. And then they came to the Etihad the other week, and for 20 minutes, they boxed us off the park. You know what I mean? They were everything we hated. They were all over us. And then Pep made a few tweaks, started to get the ball down. Kevin De Bruyne obviously got in it, and then we hammered them. But I'm just looking forward to a game of football. I mean, the FA Cup final, it's like, just when you're a kid and that, it's you just fucking enjoy the FA Cup. And it's two good teams where there's no animosity. There's no I mean, the last two FA Cup finals have been City United. So it's been venom, you know what I mean? You can't even enjoy it on Wembley way. The boozers, his coaches going past, people are throwing things. It's fucking mental. So now it's good, looking forward to just literally going down there, couple of fan zones on each side, everyone having a bit of a good day out. I know the Palace fans have got a big march from the Green Man. We've got a march down from the Torch. We've got a big Kevin De Bruyne TIFO thing planned that we've done. And yeah, man, it's just made the best team win. Listen, I've seen us go there and beat Stoke. I've seen us beat United there. I've seen us beat Watford 6. I've seen us get beat off Wigan. You know what I mean? And the one thing is, you can't take it for granted on an FA Cup. I say it all the time, like, it's everybody's steak night. And if they're hungrier than you can get swallowed up, man. If you're not up for it on an FA Cup, or you think you're too big for it, or we'll be all right, you're going to get beat, man. Wigan that day, we had all the superstars, Tevez, Aguero, all the boys, and they just dug in. They absolutely deserved it and that. So Palace fans are going to be right behind the team. I mean, I'm old enough to remember Palace against United when Ian Wright scored, and then they went to the replay and Lee Martin scored. So that was my sort of first taste of the FA Cup, see Palace. So yeah, man, they're going to be up for it, but we're going to be up for it. You know what I mean? We've been there before. People have written us off before and just made the best team win. But I'm excited for it because it did feel like this season was going to peter out into a little bit of a crisis for us at one point. 1 in 11. I thought, Pep was getting it from everywhere, and rightly so. You know what I mean? It was a pylon. Everyone had waited a long time for it. So I'm not excusing it, but there was a point where I'm thinking, I always back Pep, but I'm thinking, then the rumours coming out, his missus is gone, and you're thinking, whoa, this guy might just fuck off here. You know what I mean? He don't need it, but he didn't. He stayed around. He got his little bit of money in January. Steadied the ship, and it looks a lot more better now than it did then. Let's put it that way. So we just got to go and enjoy it, man. Go and enjoy it. Get to Wembley, soak it up, and yeah, hopefully the cup's coming back to Manchester on the other side of town this year.
Third year in a row. Everyone anticipating a good game, cagey game. How did the neutrals see it?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. You know, I think this is probably like, I think City don't want to be playing an inform Eze. Mateta's a handful. I think this is like the perfect team because I think City have struggled against Palace a lot, you know, like in the past couple of years. I remember, you know, Townsend, remember Elise coming to the Etihad and that, and they've struggled. You know what I mean? I think Eze's in the form of his life right now. He's playing unbelievably well. Ismail Assar's a handful on that right-hand side as well. Munoz, who I think is underrated. Wharton in midfield. I think for me, I'm not gonna lie to you, like Palace midfield, if you look at Man City's, Wharton could be a proper handful in there, man. Very, very good technically. Like even at the back with is it Gahey? They're very, very steady at the back as well. They've got a good system. I think Glasner has been excellent. I can't lie to you for Palace, man. That system that we're struggling with, he's excelled in that system very, very much. Even when you look at the fact they've lost Elise, who was a big, big loss for them as well. So they've done very, very well, man. I can't lie to you. Like they're very, very, in terms of at the Premier League, I look at that team and I'm like, you know what, man? They know what they're doing, man. You know, and Glasner, he's won a trophy before with Frankfurt, so he knows about finals. So he's not new to this. And I can't lie, I think it's going to be a very, very good game, you know. Like, obviously, I'm going to be with Palace, but I think it's going to be... Normally, you look at finals, you're like, oh, it's a bit one-sided here. But this one here, like, honestly, bro, I'm very, very much looking forward to it. So,
Palace ain't never won anything, have they?
No, never. They've been close. No. United...
and that's the only thing. That's the only thing that worries me from the Palace point of view. Because otherwise, you know, like how Newcastle last season when they were in the League Cup final against you lot.
Season before.
Was it season before? Yeah. Sorry, yeah. And this time round, they learned from that and smashed us to bits. Yeah, but they were more relaxed. They knew what they wanted. The hunger was there. The hunger and the confidence will be there from Palace, no doubt, because I think they're one of the few teams that are not scared of City. But it's their first final, and City have been there. That City's like second home last decade or so. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's what's going to play in City's hand. They'll know how to relax the ball. Whereas Palace, it's weird. If this was played at a neutral ground, I'd be up for Palace. Do you get what I'm saying, guys? Like if this was played at like a Villa Park or Old Trafford or you know one of the like traditional grounds, I'd say Palace. Because it's at Wembley and the occasion and everything else. As you said, like Palace haven't been here before. Well, in recent times, definitely. And they haven't won anything. I'm hoping they don't freeze. But Glasner, shout out Glasner, like Saeed says. He had a sticky spell when everyone thought, oh, here we go. And then they obviously on the back of selling Elise, and then obviously on the back of selling Zaha before that. And then Anderson, the one, you know, is it Anderson, the one who's gone to Fulham?
Yeah.
So that is three big boys that they've sold in the last couple of years. But wow, what a job he's done. And if he can top off the season that they've had with an FA Cup win, Glasner has to be in contention for, you know, nominee for manager of the season for me. And shout out, Munoz, I think he's the most underrated fullback in the Premier League. I've been saying.
You know what's going to be a key thing? If Pep starts with the team in the last run when we've done Everton and all that, if he starts with the team, Nico O'Reilly at left back, Nunes at right back, Guardiola, Diaz centre back, Mamouche up front, I'd leave Haaland on the bench because I'd leave him there because I feel like Crystal Palace with a Haaland up front would be able to, they'd love that. Wrestle Haaland all day, keep him off the pitch. I feel that if we've got Mamouche, Doku, etc., early doors running rings at them, the same team that beat him 5-2, and if it's not going for us or we need a goal, you bring in a fresh Haaland off the bench with 20 minutes to go, which never happens, and say to him, just go and cause fucking chaos.
You know what, Steve?
I'm after that. I'm all about that.
Do you know what? I'm opposite of that. I think Haaland starts this game, or should, if I was him, because I don't think Palace's centre-backs, like for example, Mark Gahey, I think he's good on the ball. I think he's good on the floor, one-on-one duels. I don't think he's physical. I don't think he can handle Haaland. I don't think Lacroix.
Haaland never does.
I know. He's not in form. He hasn't played much. I know he's not in form and all of that. I just think Palace, I don't think they're good in the air. I genuinely don't think they're good in the set pieces. And if you're going to play De Bruyne, like I'm sure he's going to start, right? If De Bruyne is going to start, I'd start Haaland. Now, I know that upsets the rhythm, what you said recently with Marmoush playing up there. I think that's intriguing to see what Pep does, you know, because against Palace,
and
put in
all
the air.
Marmoush, Doku killed him on the floor.
He must
Couldn't
stick
handle
with
the
that,
movement,
then.
you know what I mean? I feel like with
that.
Haaland and Guardiola's got to play centre back. He can't be playing left back. But they did get a lot of joy at us down that left hand side. But I feel like O'Reilly's just got to concentrate on defending. But when we played Forest, people said, "Oh, Forest, Elanga, Hudson-Odoi, they're going to run you ragged off the pitch. They're going to be getting into City." And City just controlled the game. They passed them off the park. We slowed the game down to our tempo. It reminded me a bit of the old Pep, where it was like, this is our pitch. This is our tempo. If we want to go higher, we'll higher. If we want to take it down, we'll take it down. Don't be surprised if Pep has a mad one. Grealish might start. He's not playing. You know, start him in the semi. He started him in the semis. He's
mad
mental.
if he does that. Mad if he does.
He's crazy, isn't it? But I don't know. But we got to win. I don't give a shit if it comes off Ruben Diaz's left bollock and we win 1-0. I'm taking it. We just need it, man. You know what I mean? We need it.
Yeah, I don't see them being a low block team. I see them going for it and say, you know what, let's have this game, man. Listen, I know they have. It's not like one of them cases where they've got nothing to lose. They want to win a trophy, but I think they'll be on the front foot. And if that midfield starts for City, the slow midfield of De Bruyne and Gundogan, boy, man, they need to they need to stretch the pitch, man, and get legs in that midfield. They need to go and play Doku. I think for me, Doku's been in form last couple of weeks, man. I don't know what he's going. If he doesn't think same thing he did at Southampton, where it's just side to side to side, like that's easy for Crystal Palace, man. They'll be like, you know what, we'll do that. Let's have that. And I know it's a final, and it's different, but he cannot be playing that slow, lethargic midfield because Palace on the break as well. They've got Eze, they've got Sarr. They can play that mid block and go bang. Let's go in behind and let's threaten you down that way. So it's intriguing, man. I can't lie to you. It's going to be a very, very tough battle for City. I can't lie.
Yeah, this is why Adam Walton holds the keys, because this guy in the semi-final was outstanding, and he's had injuries I think this season. But to be honest, and this is no disrespect to Palace, but soon they're going to be coming in for this kid. Do you know what I mean? He's just got some serious weight of pass. He's looking like a serious player. As soon as those England caps start coming and the regular minutes come in the international stage, that's when things will get real problematic for them to try and keep him. I'm sure they'll charge a crazy fee like they tried to do with Guehi for Newcastle. But yeah, I agree with you.
Shall I tell you? This is a mad one, right? SAEED, Steve, you guys remember, Turkish remember, Matisse, you might not. He reminds me of, obviously, I know he's left-footed before everyone goes mad. He reminds me of Michael Carrick. He reminds me a lot of this Michael Carrick. I think he's a beautiful conductor of a player. Some criticize his lack of pace and dynamism, but he's got it all up here, and he's like so elegant on the ball. You know what I mean? I think he's a star, absolute star. But it'd be interesting, man.
They're scouting.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
Their scouting in the championship is next level, man. Like Eze, Elise, like they just do. When Palace are interested in a championship player, you need to raise your eyebrows and ask why, because they don't get that shit wrong. But yeah, I agree with you, Grizz. I just feel like the know-how of Man City at this stage in this final, that's something that I'd probably be leaning on in terms of predictions, is City just finding a way, even if it is in the last 10 minutes, even if it is a 2-1, they sneak out of there. I just don't know if Palace can manage the occasion. Quality-wise, I think they can cause problems, but it's the occasion.
100%.
But listen, the atmosphere is going to be mad. I see a lot of criticism. I remember Steve touching on this, Man City fans for semi-final, but don't play around with City fans in the final. You know, they're not going to be quiet. So it's going to be a great atmosphere.
The semi-final, the fans were brilliant. It was just that empty capacity. But now they're sold out, and these people that went to the semi, who went with me, who've been to the FA game and can't go to the final. This is what my point is. You know, everyone that went to the semi should have said, right, you've gone to the semi, you get first dibs for the final. But you're not. You got the Johnny come latelys now who are thinking, fuck it, I'll go to the final. And it's mad. But listen, the Palace fans are brilliant. We know that. The City fans are going to be good. We've got our own, 1894 group in there. And I feel it's going to be a real FA Cup tie. I'm just excited about it, man.
Yeah.
Something else that you're probably excited about is the names you're being linked with. I mean, if you manage to get Verts and Reinders in midfield with Rodri, then on paper that looks like a big problem. But I mean, how serious are these rumours? Obviously, you know, you know you're a bit with Man City, Verts and Reinders in particular.
The Verts one, I said last week when they were all messaging me, oh, they're going to Bayern, he's going to Bayern. I said, that's not cut and dried. City's #1 transfer target this summer is Verts. It always has been Verts. They've been working on it for a long, long time. The German press like the Bayern, pro-Bayern anyway, a lot of them. Yeah. So you get that. Same with Madrid when you get Marca and the other newspaper giving it the propaganda. And City are in there. And the reason why I feel confident with Verts is that the whole Kevin De Bruyne thing has been managed as if it's the passing of the baton. You know, we've got something lined up. Kevin's going on a free. You know, they painted a big mural in the Manchester this week of De Bruyne. They've got souvenirs in the shop yesterday. Farewell, King Kev. So this is all done and dusted. You know, it's all mad. So I feel like the Verts deal is the one. The AC Milan kid, Reinders, is it? That's come out of nowhere as well. And I said it when we're going through that patch. Remember GRIZZ saying, I don't think it'd be easy for Manchester City to just, you know, they're going to decline. But they're not going to allow it. I've said it before. They are not going to allow the standards of the football club to stop. They went out in January to give him 200 million. He's hardly played any of them. They just bolstered the squad up and he's always said, Pep, I need my team, my players back. And he'll get whoever he needs to get. You know what I mean? He's got him Mamouche, Haaland, Rodri coming back's massive. If he can get Verts in there, Reinders, he's got Gundogan and Kovacic floating around just squad players. You know what I mean? He's got Cousinov, Reyes, both young kids. He's got El Cheveri that's come in, he's a young kid. So the squad is not looking like it's dusted. You know what I mean? It's a rebuild. And every rebuild, you know, starts on rocky patch. And I think this rocky patch this season has built something a little bit bigger. And I feel like City are going to be back next season. I'm fully expecting next season we need to challenge on all fronts. There's nothing that tells me that we ain't going to do that.
Well, I mean, that I fix your midfield. Any fullbacks on the agenda?
Well,
I saw you linked with Livramento.
Yeah,
Livramento.
I don't know what the outcome's going to be. I don't know how Pep wants to play it. I want him to go back to 2 traditional fullbacks. I don't want this midfielder putting in one thing, etc., etc. I don't want to do it. Big super chat there, by the way. But I don't want to I want him to get fullbacks. But we've got that young kid Reyes, and apparently he wants to play him in a defensive midfield role, but with the academy. But he's had to be on the bench. Cousinov, I feel, has been took out of light because there was a lot getting made of him. Not bad stuff. I think a lot of people were gassing him up a lot too much. And I think Pep's gone, pull him in a little bit. He don't need this. Nico Gonzalez has come in, played well in some games, ghosted in another couple of games. But I feel like when he's back with Rodri training, he's got something in plan for him. So I just feel like this season's been a bad one. It could end up a decent one. And I think we just got to clear the decks and get rid of Jack Grealish. Is going 100%. He's going to go. Where he goes, I don't know. He's going 100%. Kyle Walker, for me, should never be allowed anywhere near back in this team. He's a.
You see what the AC Milan said about him? AC Milan fans, what they say about him?
He's getting beat up.
He's getting cooked, man.
He's getting
so tell me if I'm wrong here. Yeah, you're losing. What you lost? You win one game in 11, and your captain goes to the manager and says, "I want to move out mid-season." Your captain, the leader of the team. So imagine Arsenal lost 11 games, won 1 in 11, and Odegaard said to Arteta, "I want to leave." What would that say? Imagine Bruno now saying, "I want to leave." You know. So this is why, for me, Kyle Walker's gone. He's finished. You know.
Yeah.
Give him away. Yeah,
he'll be going Saudi now. He'll be going Saudi. Well,
what about your wings then? Yeah, who's the main topic of conversation? Obviously, Rodrigo's become or is available. He hasn't really been linked to you lot, but you need a winger, right?
You'd think so. He's got Doku, he's got Savinho, he's got Foden can play there, Grealish can play out there. He's put Bernardo out there. But we've got some good young kids coming through in the youth team. I mean, Emil Heskey's son, he's a lightning winger. You know what I mean? He's decent, but it's on Pep, innit, who he fancies, you know. A lot of times this season, he's played with no wingers. Doku and Savino have been on the bench. It's been very, very narrow and down the middle. So it's just up to Pep. We just don't know. I've got a feeling City, though, they're going to be sharp on it with the World Club Cup. They're going to activate quick and they're going to get business done rapid. And the Phil Foden situation, for me, obviously looking at him this season, the kid just looks burnt out to death. He's played non-stop, no break. It's going into this one. Next year, we got a World Cup. I'd just give him a month off, me. End of the season, say, listen, you go and relax. We're going to go this World Club Cup. Get yourself fit for the season. Come back fitter, stronger. That's what I'd do.
I agree with that. I think so. Nico Gonzalez, is he going to get minutes in the Club World Cup? Do you think then?
Yeah, I feel like Echeverria is going to Pep saving him for that. You've got Gonzalez. You've got Gundowans and people like that.
Oscar Bob as well.
Oscar Bob's coming back. Rodri's going to have to get some minutes out there because we need to see how he is. And they'll probably bring a sprinkle of the youth team. There'll be a lot of youth players that get sold. I think they just sold Maximo Perrone to Como for what, 15 million, is it? That'll be another sell-on buyback. The Delap deal, these buybacks and money involved in that we could profit off. Harwood, Taylor Bellis at Southampton. There's money involved in that somewhere, I think, if he goes. So it's going to be a big summer. There's a lot of money coming in from different avenues, I think. And this World Club Cup as well. The money's insane. It's absolutely insane.
What's the money again in this Club World Cup? What is it again? What is it?
100 million
spread out, innit? It's over 100 million to the winner. And then the exposure, the sponsorship deals that the teams are going to be getting, it's going to be mad, man.
Yeah, it's mad money, you know. Crazy, man. But now, Reinders, that kind of happened, man. Reinders and Florian Wirtz in one window, man. Them. That's crazy, man. What Pep could do with that, bro, is madness, man. That
it can happen. I mean, this Man City.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If there's anyone that's going to do it, it's Roman's Chelsea or Mansour's Man City. That's, you know.
Yeah.
I can't lie
to you.
We
listen. What's been done over the last 5 years is not normal standards. So a lot of people are judging this Man City team on that. You know, if you've won 4 leagues in a row and you don't win it the 5th, you're disappointed you haven't won it. But you can't really moan about it. You know what I mean? Because it's not been done any time before. So it's not like, oh well, if someone wins a league and then they don't win it back to back, because a lot of good teams win it back to back. Do you know what I mean? So, and then you could moan, or you've never won it back to back. But winning 4 and dropping off, there's got to be a point where you've got to drop off. And if our drop off's 3rd and the FA Cup, I'm taking that drop off all day long. I'm taking the drop off because these teams on this panel who we're not mentioning who've had a real big fucking drop off. Yeah. And God forbid, I ain't going that deep. I've been there before and we ain't going there again. You know what I mean? So, you know, we're doing all right, man. We're doing all right, you know. We're not having barbecues. If we win the FA Cup, we'll just leave it at that. We ain't having a barbecue where you got to bring your own fucking burgers and that because they can't fucking afford them and that. You know, bring your own tomato sauce and shit. But it's what it is, man.
Yeah.
Let me look at this super chats, and this one's a big one from Keith. Keith, appreciate it, my brother. Hope you're good. £100 super chat. Show Keith some love, people. SAEED is spot on about Palace. This is I just see people in the chat saying, Elisa, rise. Big up, Keith, man. This is the first time a Palace side entered the final with pace and power via Eze and Sarr. Adam Wharton is the key, and a man of the match performance on Sunday will make him the most sought after player in the summer transfer window.
Yep.
Potential.
Yeah. I wonder how much it's worth. Well, I think for me, you're looking at around about 80 million, you know, for me. For Wharton.
Yeah, well, there was like rumors today, 60 M's, but they ain't letting him go for 60 M's.
No, English tax as well.
No
man.
chance. No chance.
Yeah. These little clubs now, no disrespect to Palace, but they're a small club. They don't won a fucking trophy, but they don't have to budge anymore. They don't have to budge anymore. Years ago, you bully them teams and you get in players and you think, fuck me, how did we sell that? And when City were down there, got bullied to fucking Chelsea, Sean Wright Phillips, and that pissed me off. But nah, you don't have to. You ain't bullying them now. Crystal Palace will stand firm and they'll say, you know, this is what we are and this is the money. Look at Brighton. You don't bully Brighton.
Yeah, they were a bit
No,
stupid
Brighton-
with the Matoma thing.
No, Brian bully you. Brian
They
bully you.
took it too far with the Matoma one though. They should have took the money, man.
Oh yeah, that one was silly.
Yeah, it was timing though on it. It was just timing, I think.
Timing? Where they? Nah, there's never the wrong time when the fee is that high.
I think they might regret that one. Yeah, that's
I think there's a social media in it. Like, you know what I mean? They got a big Japan fan base, so I don't think they were ready to kind of lose that. I can't lie.
Yeah,
The thing about Saudi though, they don't like. It's not like they'll bid and then not come back again. They'll come back again.
They'll come back again. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they'll have another chance.
Yo, Keith, what's his name? Kebabs on you on the parade, yeah. Just saying. now that I know you're flexing like this, okay, no problem.
We got Keith. Got a couple more. Ben, I've noted down the username, but you know, someone else let me know that they can't send super chats. I don't know what that. Like Matisse, you know more than me or SAEED. If
it's
someone
like the region, it's like the region. Like sometimes in the Caribbean and some places like that, you're not able to send super.
No, but
chats.
if he can send it from this account, he must be in the same region, right?
Okay, I
have no idea.
Work that one out. Work that one out, Inspector Cluzo. Work that one out.
That issue before.
Yeah, I'll search the name.
It's if you're in certain regions, you can't send super chats, but I don't know.
I'll check it, man. I'll check it. Echo 4 says Palace equaling City's bogey team is a myth. I don't know how it started. They beat us 2 times in 10 years. Very worried for Saturday after the Saints game, though.
Listen.
Yeah, I think that's the problem with it. The Southampton game's got everyone on edge, but the games before that, if you beat Southampton, we're going into that game something like 7 or 8 unbeaten. We're keeping clean sheets. Everyone's happy with it. You know what I mean? We played Palace. They were brilliant at the Etihad, but then when Pep twigged it, they didn't have an answer to it. When he started playing ball and they were one touching it around, and Palace were like, "Fuck, we can't cope with this." And on Wembley again on the pitch, you know, City done Forest with an early goal that hurt Forest and got us. You know, we could do with that again at weekend. But if Palace get an early goal, it's game on, man. It's game on. But like I say, it's an FA Cup final. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just made the best team win. You know what I mean? We'll go down there, we'll mingle with the Palace fans, we'll have a good crack, and we'll have a good day out. And listen, if Crystal Palace win, I'll be the first one out of the ground. I'll shake the hands of their fans, no problem. It's be a memorable day for them. If we win, you know, it's going to be a great end of season for us. So I just feel the FA Cup's got to get back to that point where, you know, people start respecting the competition, because I see people frown on it a little bit. And I think, nah, man, we can't allow that. It's our competition. It's the FA Cup. We've all grew up on it. You know what I mean? I feel like the coverage should be better. Like, remember when we were kids, you used to get on in the morning at 9 a.m. and you'd see everyone leaving on the coaches and down the motorway and at the service stations. And then they'd go on their story of the FA Cup, your story of the FA Cup. And then it'd be a proper build up until the time. And then you'd see everybody on Wembley and all going in and that. I used to think, wow, it's fucking amazing. But I feel the semi-finals at Wembley take the edge off it. And
I agree.
You know, when you're a kid, if you got to Wembley for a semi, how are you going to build yourself back up for the final? If you imagine City had played Forest at Old Trafford and Palace had played at Anfield against Villa, and we were both going to meet at Wembley, that's how it should be for me. You know what I mean? But
where was it before? Villa Park and Old Trafford?
It was anywhere. It was at Main Road. United beat Oldham at Main Road. It was wherever. They just sort of picked it. And then the country's full of big stadiums now. So I feel like it's more affordable for the fans, the trains, the transports, and then you build it up then to your big day at Wembley. You know what I mean? The big, massive day. Some City fans have been to Wembley. This is the 33rd time in 15 years. It's a fucking joke. You know what I mean? It's mental.
33rd time.
Yeah, I agree. Losing it's kind of...
It's mental, mate. I went to Wembley once in 30 years for the playoff final. I remember everything about it. Like, it was the best day ever. And now it's just another you know what I mean? You don't want it ever to become like that, you know? You should never be able to feel like that. You need to dream of that. Take your kids to Wembley, my son. You know, you take your dad, your granddad, you know, everyone go Wembley for the big day out. That should be the dream, not the semi-final and then the final. You know what I mean? It's bollocks.
I agree.
Let's end with predict. I mean, not a score prediction, but who does everyone think's going to win? Steve was definitely going to say City. SAEED.
Yeah, I'm going to go Crystal Palace, man.
Chris,
I think. Obviously, I want Palace. I think this could go to extra time. I think City's experience will get them over the line by the odd goal.
Matisse, you said similar in experience.
Yeah, I hope Palace do it, but I think City will probably beat them 2-1.
It is the year of the underdogs. I don't know if you guys are seeing what's going on.
It is. I mean, look,
Steve, so we've got two underdogs in the Europa League final. So
Steve's played it all cool and that, but we had a conversation a few weeks ago, didn't we? Like where we said like this season's coming to a wicked finale where we got the shittest two teams on the panel in Spurs and United in a final. You've got Arsenal who are trophyless again.
You don't need to mention us, bro. We don't.
I'm just saying with the conversation we had, we got awfully run Chelsea over there in a final of sorts. So I think City are under pressure. I think they'll celebrate.
This is how you say it. It's going to be a strange season. No one thought PSG or Inter would win the Champions League. No one thought Tottenham or United would win the.
You're going to say it like that? Okay.
No one thought Liverpool would win the league. No one thought Newcastle would win Carabao Cup, and no one thought Palace would win the FA Cup if that happens.
Wild West.
No mentioning Arsenal. You see how we done that?
Wild West.
Just like that.
I hope Palace do win it. Of course, I hope Palace win it. And as I said, I think they're one of the few teams that don't fear City, but I don't know if that's going to work against them.
Look at that. Look at Nitro there. That's a perfect comment there. It's crazy.
What's he saying? Who's Nitro?
This one here.
Newcastle, Bologna, Palace, Spurs.
Wow.
And
wow. That's mad, that isn't it? That's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's keep it moving. No predictions needed.
Yeah.
This super chats. What did he say?
I don't know. So he says something on this. You know when he says something under his breath, you need to rewind. You need to rewind and tell him to say it again because he says shit under his breath and he thinks he's going to get away with it. Say it again.
Real Betis.
Why did you say under your breath like it's like cold?
Literally, I just said it like it's passing comment.
This fucking guy, man.
Yeah, man. We'll be there.
Let's bring this one into. It's not on subject, but we mentioned Verts already, so not to circle back around too late. KK says GRIZZ Ornstein are saying Liverpool are in the race for Verts, and that he met with Liverpool officials on Tuesday, buying his best friend is Edward at work again.
Obviously we've pretty much secured or made our first signing of the season in Jeremy Frimpong, ex-Man City, obviously. We discussed it a couple of weeks ago, or last week as well, didn't we? So, yeah, man, excited about his signing. We needed pace. I've been crying out for pace in our team, especially the way Slot wants to play. And, like, Frimpong is as quick as you can get, basically. He's literally as quick as you can get. Not an orthodox fullback, but was Trent an orthodox fullback? Not great defensively. Was Trent great defensively? But he's a different type of attacking fullback from Trent, where Trent's danger and threat was all about creativity and passing. This fella is all about carrying the ball at great pace. So it'll be interesting how we play him, where he plays him. I've got a sneaky feeling that he's more of a Chiesa replacement, like not direct replacement for Trent, if you know what I mean, because he's going to play there as well. But I think he's going to.
He doesn't replace the creative part,
right? So I think he's going to cover the forward positions as well, because I think he might be converted into. Well, he doesn't need to convert into that because he's naturally an attacker. So yeah, great signing. You know us, release clause FC. In this day and age, 30 million. What does 30 million get you? 30 million don't get you nothing, man. But it's getting us a league winner, a Bundesliga winner, a Dutch international, knows, been around quite a while now, even though he's a young player. Rapid, absolutely rapid. So yeah, man, let's see how it goes. And the Vert situation, we don't disclose what we talk about in the WhatsApp. But But we said, I did say that we met him. You're on mute.
Second, why was my tweet deleted on Twitter? Who deleted that? It wasn't me. It wasn't me deleting.
It was definitely not me.
I had a thread. I was starting for the summer, and somebody deleted my tweet. Now I don't understand why.
I haven't got access to the account anymore, so I don't know. It can't be me.
Bollocks. I've seen you retweet your own tweets. You definitely got access.
I haven't. I haven't got access to it. Wallahi, I haven't retweeted my own tweets. But anyway, moving on swiftly. what we talk about in WhatsApp stays on WhatsApp. Otherwise, there's going to be a whole heap of screenshots.
There's a whole heap of hate. A whole heap of hate.
But yeah, look, Verts, we're in the picture of Verts. We're in the picture for him. But obviously, we think that Liverpool's state of play is we think that he's going to stay in Germany. And obviously, City are in for him as well. But I think both clubs have met his reps. Met his family or I think his people. So let's just say his people, his side. Definitely City have met them. Definitely we've met them as well. And yeah, at the end of the day, we don't know if it's agents playing games using City and Liverpool's name to make sure Bayern pay the price, because we know Bayern don't want to pay top dollar and don't want to get butchered by Leverkusen. But then we also know Leverkusen hate selling to Bayern. I'm sure City have done loads of groundwork on him. Absolutely, Steve's spot on. But I believe we've put a very good pitch to him as well. And I know everyone's frowning at the money, but I've been telling you all summer we've got money.
What's the money? What do you reckon we'll get? How much do you reckon will actually be the price?
I think around 110 mil.
110 mil.
Yeah, around 110 mil. Wow. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. You look at where football's going. I think that's about right. You know,
he's a fantastic player. He's a fantastic.
You look at where he could go to, and
he's a game changer. Whoever he goes to, if he goes to City, wow. If he goes to Liverpool, wow. And if he goes to Brighton, you already know the lineup that they've got. He's a game changer for whoever he chooses out of those three teams. Man. And I think it's literally his call. I think it's literally his call, because I think all three teams are prepared to pay the money. All three teams are prepared to pay the wages. I think it's literally his call. So exciting. We're in there. I know everyone's saying, "Oh, you ain't paying that kind of money." I'm telling you now, we are prepared to pay that kind of money for a game changer. And in my opinion, we think he's a game changer.
Do you also think Christopher Nkunku is a game changer?
Lord have mercy.
Hey.
Because I've been
so Nkunku, Matisse, I don't know if you remember, I told you he was our second choice after Nunes.
Yeah, I remember.
And then it came out in the media that I was right about that. So he was our second choice. But I don't know what's happened, and you're much more in a better place to tell me what's happened. Is it injuries? Because he don't look half the player that he was, man. Or I don't know if the nerds at Liverpool will go back in for him. There's rumors that we are going back in him and asking about him, but he's
Germany tax man. Let's just say what it is.
No, it's not.
I don't know. He looks half the player.
If I'm fair with him, first season was injured the whole time. This season was played out of position. I never felt he was a striker. So that's on the club and on Maresca, whoever, more on the club, because they're the ones that actually left us in a position where he was the next senior striker to Jackson. I don't think it is Bundesliga tax. I don't know if it's Premier League tax on the physicality of the Premier League, but I don't think it's Bundesliga tax. I think the guy is technically sound, very good, in fact. Most French international forwards are right now as well. He's come from Paris, PSG, where he started. I don't see many technically flawed players coming through their academy. So I think he's a good player. I just think his time at Chelsea is definitely done. So I'm not really too fussed.
Yeah, 100% about that. Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if he went to another club and did very, very well. I don't think he's a bad player. I think he's mentally checked out now. He doesn't care anymore.
If there's more reports and information about him, I'm gonna get you on to do a bit more in depth about him anyway. For me, but do you see a decline in his physical capability?
Maybe, but because do you know what it is? Because we never saw what his physical capability was at Chelsea, because he was injured for the whole campaign. So we were only going off Leipzig. Then he was injured for the whole year, and then this season he's been kind of misprofiled. And yes, he's not pressing very aggressively. He's not really dribbling or carrying at the rate that you'd expect him. He doesn't. He
looks worried, doesn't he? He looks worried.
Yeah, he doesn't even take our free kicks. And I remember at Leipzig, he was.
Position, by the way, do we know his best position as well?
Do you know what? Shall I tell you where I would have wanted him, Saeed? And this is why I was like fucking hated that we've got Nunes instead, because you got to remember Nunes replaced in effect Bobby Firmino. So I think Nkunku would have been a lovely Bobby Firmino replacement at that time.
Nah, man.
At that time,
at that
time, 2 years ago, and Nkunku was the talk of Europe, brother. That's why Chelsea paid the dollar for him.
See, Firmino was a special player that can link up. I think him on a technical level. I don't think he's that player, man.
Nice,
I could be wrong, but I look at Firmino that would allow players to.
Man, Nkunku's technically nice, man. He's technically nice.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
You know what is with him? He's like Inter Milan when they play their front two. I think he's a front two player now. Like that's what I'd want to see next to him. I want to see him in a front two with maybe like a more physical striker next to him and see him play off that person. That's what he did at Leipzig. He played in the front two. So, but I don't see how that works with Liverpool. That's why I find the link a bit odd.
No, I don't see us going back in for him. Especially we would have checked out his data and stats for the last 2 years, and there's hardly any data to stats to go by. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it's a lazy link because he was linked when we had this previous analyst in charge, and now that they're back, we're just. I think we're revisiting that kind of thing. But yeah.
I can see him going back to Germany.
But yeah, first signing on the board. I think, like Steve says, it's going to be a wild transfer season. We've said it all last few weeks, and all of our teams are going to go mad in the transfer window, and I literally see us signing 5 players this summer. I've said it on my socials that I think we're going to get 3 first teamers and 2 heavy squad players, and I think this is the first of the heavy squad player. I don't think he's a first teamer. I know me and Saeed. I think Saeed was saying like he's a starter.
He's starting for you.
I think Bradley's going to start right back.
Bradley.
Yeah, I think Bradley's going to start right back. This is why I think he's going to be utilized quite often. He's going to get plenty of game time before people go mad and say, "Oh, he's going to, he's going to get plenty of game time." But I think Bradley right now starts at right back. Right now.
Okay.
But he's got a whole pre-season with him, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
A couple here from Box of Oranges. First one saying, if he flops, we're going to call him Havertz. I'm waiving the copyright restrictions for everyone who likes the video. Come on. And Steve, a question for you. The probability that Pep resigns if you lose the FA Cup or somehow miss out on the top 5?
0.
Yeah, it's not happening, man.
100%. I got one more here. I'm going to save that for just after the Brighton Liverpool predictions. Let's look at the table just to get the order in. Let me remind myself, where are we? There we are. All right, Saeed's top goal difference.
Has he sent the predictions in there?
No, don't worry about that, bro.
That means deductions, right?
Say wait, come again. Say pause. Say again.
As in, like,
it doesn't mean deductions, but it means the more we go into this show and get through predictions, and it is his no points this weekend.
No.
And do you remember? I want you lot to be my witness. Do you remember on Monday?
I was there. Even if I wasn't, I'm there.
I said to him, you're missing Thursday.
I hear it.
I need your predictions.
And he said, "Say no more."
This is your reminder. Yeah, and he started calling me a scumbag and saying things like that as well.
I'm with you. We're here for
the. He started insulting you instead of listening to what you said, and it's a shame to see our brother fall, but it happens.
Fall he must. Go on, Saeed, Brighton, Liverpool.
Brother. Liverpool are in Ibiza, man. They're drunk. What is this game? Why is this game happening, man?
Yeah, this is nuts.
This game is, bro. Like,
have you seen us?
You lot are taking a piss, you know. You lot are like an extension of Grealish right now. You're an extension.
We're 11 Grealishes or 15. 15 Grealishes.
Right, to be fair, Brighton have got something to play for, haven't they? With Europe.
No, they don't. Nope, Europe's done. Europe's done.
Nah, they can because it's going to drop down to 8th in Conference League. So
is it?
Isn't it? Because if Man City win the FA Cup,
say Liverpool win, man. Salah or something. You know what I mean? I'm going to say Liverpool to win 2-1.
Liverpool 2-1.
I'm just thinking.
We don't give a shit about football right now.
I know, but
they've been in Dubai, man. They've been in Dubai off the ban.
Steve, with our managers in Ibiza with fucking what's his name, Wayne Lineker.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 2-1. 3-1. Nah, let me go 2-1 Brighton.
Oh, that's a decider at the top.
I don't know, man.
TOBS
decider.
is not here at the moment, so his right to a prediction is now waived.
Thank you very much.
How are we
Steve.
doing this? How are we doing this though?
I'm
Let's
going.
come on.
Don't say anything. That's
Okay,
it.
okay, sorry.
Done.
I'm going 2-1 Brighton.
2-1 Brighton. GRIZZ.
Man, this is a dirty game.
4-4. No, it's gonna be one of those mad, you know. That I'm saying
Write that down, Turkish. 2-1 Brighton.
2-2.
Go on, Matisse. 2-1 Brighton.
Yeah, I'm 2-1 Brighton.
All right.
Hey.
3 wins for Brighton, 1 for Liverpool, and a draw from GRIZZ. So that could be a
It's a
different.
very big week, Grizz. I hope you're
A massive week, brother Matisse.
That's crazy.
Now the people know we're going to South Africa as well. They can start to dream about what.
Imagine.
They can start to dream.
Big up Suge as well, troubleshooter, because I did check Ben or DB, whichever username, and your username is not in the block list. But Suge says to the person having super chat issues, check if you have app blockers or a VPN restricting the account. It could be that YouTube put restrictions, so contact YouTube support because it's a common issue. Big up Suge, and love for even sending that in super chat form. You're helping the community, bro.
Are we including? By the way, are we including the City?
No.
No, because that's Tuesday. So we'll do that on Monday.
No wild card in there, just spice up
Nah,
things.
bro.
What do you mean?
You know the rules, man.
I'm just spicing up things, man.
No.
Nah,
Why are you asking for spice, brother? There's
spice.
plenty of spice. Look at the table.
I'm Asian. Asian. I want spice.
I swear you said you don't even like spice or hot food.
I know, I don't. For you, lot. For you, lot.
All right, cool. This one from Marco. Guys, seriously, the guy is not 17. What a goal. Well, I know SAEED has. I've watched it in the background.
What goal, man.
Yamal is something else.
Ballon d'Or.
And they're gonna. Isn't this the game that wins the league?
Yeah.
No, because Real Madrid won.
No.
No. If they hold on, they win the league. If they win,
if they win,
This game here, they win the league. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was
in the rivals ground. Espanyol.
But I don't know if you lot saw the first half. They peppered them, and it's a proper atmosphere. You know that proper atmosphere when you go to a derby rivals. So I don't think it's over yet. Well, it's not.
You're not going to watch Barca win the league there.
Oh, that is.
Oh shit, that's the keeper as well, Garcia, isn't it? The young one.
Give him the Ballon d'Or, man. Give him the Ballon d'Or, man. Give it him, man. Give it him.
It's
over to Usman though. If Usman bends one of those into the top corner in the Champions League final, then you gotta be like.
I don't think they're giving him the Ballon d'Or at 17. They're not giving it.
Did you not see Usman?
Why not, man?
Nah, bro. Change the script.
Mad, mate. They're mad. It's all mad, that Ballon d'Or shit. If Erling Haaland can get the Ballon d'Or after breaking the record, 56 goals and a treble in the first season, they ain't giving it your mouth.
Yeah, but he was going up against Messi World Cup, innit? There's no Messi World Cup now.
I told you what should have been there, though. The Super Ballon d'Or, the one that the Real Madrid fella got, Di Stefano. They should have gave it to Messi, but they didn't because Real Madrid were moaning that they was the only ones that had the Super Ballon d'Or. So again, Madrid seeing their ass. That Madrid team are just whinging at everything, man.
Did you not? I don't know if you saw it, but did you not see? I think Dembele was asked his top 3 ballers of all time. Did you not see his answers?
No.
Messi first, which is understandable.
Yeah.
David Beckham second.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Bro, respect. What do you mean? What do you mean? Respect
No. Respect 100%. Like, but I mean, it's weird, isn't it? And then Steven Gerrard third.
That's
Messi, Beckham, Gerrard. Like, so,
you know these French man? They watch they're Premier League, like
No, Gerrard, I can understand. Okay,
wait, why are you?
He's really back in.
What are you doing right now? Why are you even trying to?
Come on, man. Are you not? Put some respect on David Beckham, man.
Okay, no problem.
But it is random though. I can't lie.
Okay, good. Yeah, okay.
Echo
That's crazy.
Salah had Yamal posters on his wall when he was a kid. All right, we keep it moving. All right, well, we've got a big 6 fixture, last mob of the season tomorrow night, Friday night kickoff. Chelsea United at the same time as Aston Villa Tottenham, actually. But I mean, it's nothing for United, so we'll go over to Matisse because, to be honest, it's everything for Chelsea the last 2 games of the season. I'm sure the answer is win, and that's it. But yeah, do you have anything to say about it?
SAEED television.
Yeah.
You have 2 injuries on record right now. I see in Delit and Yoro.
Yes.
I wouldn't advise playing your strongest team if you want to win the Conference League, because this is everything.
The
Europa League. Sorry. Sorry. It's just
I had to come on, man. Like, yo.
It's the level that you've been playing at. I got confused. So you don't want to be taking risks and gambles. You see Tottenham fans right now crying, oh, Kulusevski's injured. Oh, Madison's out. Oh, my God. You don't want to be doing that. So I suggest you send out, I don't know who you got in the academy. I don't know what kids you got, Fletcher, or I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Send them brothers out to Stamford Bridge under the lights, right? You remember last year with the 4-3. It's going to be fast and furious. We need the 3 points. Champions League's on the line. We can both qualify together. This doesn't have to be difficult. We can both qualify together. You take care of Tottenham next Wednesday in Bilbao. We take care of you, right, on Friday. And also, I'm then asking a favor of you next weekend after you lift the Europa League. If you could just beat Villa as well.
So you know 2 favors, okay.
Yeah, don't be letting Villa dunk on your head top at Old Trafford. Get a point or win or something. And everybody can be, brother, do we not want to be back in the Champions League? Did we remember Moscow? Do you remember how much fun that was?
Yeah, for me, yeah.
Right. For you, exactly. So you took that moment from me as a child. Give me this moment now as an adult. You need to be in the Champions League. I need to be in the Champions League. Heritage clubs. What do you say, brother? What do you say?
I say you are one desperate man. Yeah.
Facts.
The fact that you don't have confidence here to beat Man United, who are 16th in the league. You lot are where you are. I don't know where you are right now. 4th, 5th. Like, you don't have the confidence to beat a United team that have got no wins in the last 6 games, that have been getting beat by West Ham.
Brother, I broke into your house for the reverse fixture and you took points off my team. And you're shit. So I'm not going to make the same mistake again.
I believe at that time we were around about 4 or 5 points behind top 4. I wish I was back then.
You were still crap.
Right now, we are on 39 points. We are struggling. We got Hoyland up front. We've got Onana at the back. Like, how are you struggling to find the confidence to beat us? When right now, I'll be honest with you, I have no confidence in this game. I'm like, yo, bro, Chelsea, it's your time to win the game, bro. Give me a favor,
brother. They're not playing well, though. They're not playing well.
I'm confident. I just don't want you to make this difficult. I don't want you to make this fight. I don't want you to cause me problems. And also, I would like you to rise for Villa next week. That's also part of the deal. But listen, when it comes to Manchester United, I think, and I have consistently said we're the better team. And I've said that for like 2 years now. But then you guys always want to turn up. Even last year at the Bridge, 4-3. You guys always want to have a big scrap and a big fight. And you want to dig in. And you want to be difficult to beat. And you want to put up a block. And I personally don't.
Who's in your team? Who's in your team?
I don't have the energy. It doesn't matter who's in my team. Don't worry about who's in my team.
No, but can Neto turn up? Can Manuel
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about any of that.
Turn up. No, you say don't worry. But if that man turn up, then there's nothing to worry about.
Listen, this is the day where
you don't rate, apart from maybe Amad Diallo or maybe Bruno and them, man, you don't rate many United players, do you? Yes or no?
That's not the problem.
That is the problem, though. That's part of the issue. Like
every time you lot play us, your players, even Garnacho scored at Stamford Bridge, and then he's decided to sit on our advertising hoarding like Kudus. So this is what I'm dealing with. Players I don't rate. Against Chelsea, they want to turn up. Mason Mount, how much do you want to bet he wants to score at Stamford Bridge?
Mason Mount.
That's why I would rather, because I could do all the chess. Listen,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna beat you. That's not a problem. You know, I don't rate your
Yeah.
team. That's I
But
don't.
you're saying don't spoil the party.
I'm just saying, brother, it's not even about sport. Just don't be difficult. Just lose the game gracefully, brother. Please.
Are you still begging him? I went to fucking have a
Bro,
shit.
it's
Where did you go, bro?
Carry on. I want this to continue, man.
I'm
You know
not
what I mean?
begging. I'm not begging. I'm making a deal with the devil. These are the Red Devils. I'm making a deal. Turkish, you have to remember, they're playing Aston Villa next weekend. We play Nottingham Forest away. It's
love
not this
this
week.
game.
It's not
I
this week I'm
love
worried
this
about.
game.
It's Aston
You know
Villa.
what? Yeah.
Aston Villa going to Old Trafford, slapping them 3-0, while my team are 0-0 at City Ground, and all my fan base are worried. So whilst this chat here, I say, oh, Matisse, why are you begging? Oh, watch next week. Watch next week when you lot are shitting yourselves, yeah? And you're like, oh my God, Man United getting turned over at Old Trafford. We need you to do something. Now you'll remember why I did this negotiation.
Honestly, I don't have much faith in this game, yeah, man. But it would be lovely for United just to turn up, yeah, on Friday night, yeah, on the mob watch along, on the final mob watch along, yeah, and see Matisse, yeah.
That
God
would be,
knows what he's gonna do. You know what I mean?
That'd
Last
be
time he
great.
did a madness,
that'd be great. That'd be
that
great.
would be sensational. Bruno Fernandes, Amadial, whoever, Mason Mount, the script writers, where are you? Mason Mount, last minute winner. That would be sensational. Do I have faith? No. But you know what? Inshallah, we get the win. And then you look, because it don't affect me. Like, we might get our 40 points, but our bigger picture is on Wednesday.
How many
But it would
points?
be lovely. Like, honestly, listen, Steve, I know, Steve, you're there, but if Newcastle Forest get that last two positions and Villa, that'll be sensational. And Chelsea, at their own peril, bye-bye, you didn't get it. And then you lose it again on next Wednesday.
Can I tell you something, yeah? My worst case scenario in my life right now, because Arsenal we're done with that, right? So we moved on. You taking points off us, if you dare, come to Stamford Bridge, come to the studio and take points and celebrate in front of me. Then you beat Tottenham, so you qualify for Champions League, and then you go and lose embarrassingly to Villa. And you are in the Champions League, and I am in the Europa League the season after you qualify for the Europa and knocked me into the
Where's my
conference.
shades?
I'm telling you now, Saeed, if that happens, I'm breaking into your house again. I'm telling you now, I'm breaking into your house again if that shit happens.
And that would be sensational.
Talk about script writers.
Like I said, for
all
me,
these scripts though, there's
I
so
don't know.
many.
I'm expecting a loss, me. I'm expecting a loss. So it's you lot need to do your job. Don't look at Man United for help. You see what we are, Matisse. Rise. Cole Palmer, rise. Man
Okay.
got young player of the year. Young player of the year.
Brother,
Rise.
whatever you are on Friday, make sure you are the same person next week against Villa. Don't be coming this Friday saying, look, see, I told you
Hey,
you're not
guys,
good.
this is crazy.
And then against Villa, suddenly, brother. Let's see.
Just because you couldn't do your job, against Fulham and all them teams now. Look at him now. It's like when you got your exam last minute revision. That don't work, man.
All right,
Last minute
teacher.
revision
All right,
don't work.
teacher. What are you going to do? Dot marks.
At least it's
revision done early.
at least it's left the last mob with Saturday.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's exciting. It's exciting.
The last few have been, it's been a chore.
Yeah.
I tell you that. But yeah, this one
It's
could be
exciting.
good. Could be good. Could be good. This super chat from Mo said, if Chelsea get top 4 and United win the Europa, TOBS would be the only one next season with no champion. Oh, you see how?
I know.
That would be hilarious.
It'd be mad.
And
Imagine-
actually, they wouldn't make no Europe, so that means Thursday we can always have an early show because it's only the fucking Europa and Conference that makes it 10:30 starts.
Yeah,
That's
it.
very true.
Everyone's winning.
Well, everybody's
Listen,
winning.
I still can't believe that Tottenham are in the European final next week. And Toby's got to go to Dallas and fix things.
Man forgot what his job was. Man forgot his job title.
It doesn't sit well with me, and the chat needs to give him shit because he's putting a brave face on it, but deep down he's burning inside. So his whole existence as a football fan, and all this feel sorry for Spurs and all that, and it finally comes the day when he can have his day out in the sunshine in Bilbao. He can get beers in the morning. They can sing songs. They can reminisce about the old days. and he can go out and finally watch his team lift a trophy and not have black and white pictures on all the pubs around Tottenham. and Toby's not even going to be there. He's watching it on the TV. And he had the Champions League final that he went to, which was everybody's dream. You'd give your right arm to go to a Champions League final, and he sold his ticket for a few quid outside. You know what I mean? So I'm seriously doubting this guy. You know, the man that leaves derbies on 44 minutes and that because it's not going his way and shit. You know, I think, in fact, in the next couple of years, I don't think Toby will be a football fan. I think he'll be shacked up. He'll be going to the park at weekends with his missus and the kids, and he'll just be, you won't know him. You'll say, you that Toby used to be on that Tottenham fan. He'll go, nah, it wasn't me. That was our kid, my twin. You know,
he's Spurs. He's basically, he is Spurs. Like, that's what Spurs are. But I wish everyone was like SAEED. I mean, you told a story about Toby, and that's a fantastic story as well. But can we tell the world about SAEED's trek to Spain, which is only a couple of hours away, but he's going through Iran and Syria.
Yeah, you've seen that film, trains and automobiles.
Yeah, but brother's taking. He's taking a hitchhike to Austria first, and then, you know, have you not seen? The elders will know. What's his name? Raiders of the Lost Ark. Indiana Jones.
He's going Bilbao through Iran and Syria. Sorry, I had to just.
Bro, do you know what he's doing, bro? Have you seen his trip? Have you seen the way he's doing shit? He's doing it the longest, the cheapest fucking way. He can easily get.
I actually didn't block it, to be fair, but we're there. The main thing is
going through the mountains of Nicaragua. He's going through stuff. He's doing Kenya. He's saying hello to Kenya. Brother's doing the biggest trick, but that's what you call passion.
Yeah,
that's what you call.
What is that? 3 stops. 3 stops.
So Toby, you need to fix up and learn from brother SAEED, who's traveling the whole world as an excuse just to get to fucking Spain, which is 2 hours away.
Yeah,
that's what you call passion and desire. But I hope.
Listen, I even said to Toby that we'd get a few boys in Bally's, we'd grip him, throw him in the back of a van, have his missus all crying and that, and then send him off to the airport, and then just pretend he's been kidnapped, and everybody can be worried. He can watch the game, come back, and then we'll leave him at the side of a road with a Ballon and that, a bit beaten up, and he can say, I don't know what happened to Tottenham, but he can just be on the piss for a few days. We can cover for him, man. We're brothers. This is what we do. No one's sacking him if you've been kidnapped. No one's sacking him. He's probably getting a pay rise.
You know what's cheeky of him? He always calls Matisse a nerd, bro. The guy, I told him, just call in sick for a few days. And it's like I said to him, go kill somebody. Because he's like, oh my God, you can't do that.
This is the point I want to make. The glasses is a facade. I ain't smart. I ain't shit. This guy is a real nerd. Man has some next calculus, mathematics. I don't know, bodmas, bidmas job. He can never call in sick. When we're doing the shoot for forfeit, what was this man doing TURKISH? Man was on a call. GRIZZ is falling from the sky. He could die any moment, and this man is on a work call. He's got his laptop out. He's always doing some sort of typing and texting. Brother, I am not the nerd in this group. It is Toby. It is Toby. And maybe, just maybe, if this Spurs fan is not serious about success, maybe we have to find a new representative. Everybody say,
he's brilliant to get him off.
maybe we just get him off the show.
Oh, mate. Well, listen, when he finds out that he ain't making no predictions this weekend, he might leave the show.
He might, yo.
Bro, that roid rage on Monday is gonna.
It's his own doing, because I do remember now. At first, I was joking, but when TURKISH is saying it, I remember the conversation clearly.
Yeah, because I said to him, if you don't get your prediction in by Thursday, this is your only reminder. And he was like, of course it is, because you're a scumbag. This is all you do. Remember what you did to Matisse a couple of years ago. Now look at what you're doing. Well, I might, if you're calling me a scumbag, I might as well be a scumbag. So here we are. One super chat here from Adar saying, no, I think SAEED is planning backup plans before going to the final, because if they lose, it's going to be long days. 16th with no CL, Jim the Rat at the barbecue.
Wow.
Let's do predictions before Tobes gets some in. Which one? Chelsea, Man United, SAEED.
3-1 Chelsea.
Oh, we just built up tomorrow, and you just kind of just.
The thing is, though, it's not. No, but the thing is, he made the claim that you take your time in it, but I know my team is shit, so I still, for the prediction league, I still got to play, safe in that.
3-1. Shit, that was gonna be mine. 3-1. 2-1 Chelsea. Tobes ain't here. Void, Steve.
2-0 Chelsea.
2-0. Grizz
2-0 Chelsea.
and Matisse.
2-0 Chelsea.
Mm.
I don't fancy losing ground on this one.
Okay. Well, we might as well do Aston Villa Tottenham prediction since we're here and this same time. Tobes will be there on Mob tomorrow as well. He'll be back just in time. SAEED, Aston Villa Tottenham.
I'm gonna go with 2-0 Villa.
2-0 Villa. I'm gonna go nil. Yeah, there. You know what? I'm gonna go 3-0 Villa. Tobes. Oh, he's not here. Void. Steve.
3-0 Villa.
3-0. Grizz.
2-0 Villa.
2-0. And Matisse.
3-0 Villa.
3-0. Cool. That's all the actually now there's Arsenal Newcastle predictions as well. But in terms of Newcastle, Matisse, you're not looking at them. Newcastle and City are pretty much gone out of the race. The race is really you, Villa, and is the other one?
Forest. Yeah. Yeah, Newcastle after they beat us last weekend, that's them gone. If they don't do it against Arsenal away, then Everton at home, I'm sure they have something for them at St. James's. So no point looking at them. They're trying to get second, if anything. So yeah, I'm not even looking at their result.
I mean, I ain't got nothing to say on it. The sooner the season ends, the better. So predictions.
You don't want second?
This was a difficult one. I'm gonna go with a 2-2 or 1-1. I'm gonna go for 2-2.
Say it's gone 2-2. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 1-1.
Where is it?
Emirates. All right. So Void, Tobes, and Steve.
Fucking hell. I'm going to say 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal. Grizz.
1-1.
1-1 and Matisse.
You've played it safe, Unks.
What the fuck's the playing safe about a prediction?
Yeah, he has. I can't lie.
How?
Right. He's played it right down the middle. No risk. Yes.
Don't make any sense.
What a predicament we're in here, Grizz.
I think you was gonna do 1-1, innit?
Yes.
You said you've played it safe. And Matisse, before you make your prediction, I mean, you've got a bit more information than everyone else that's just made it. Shamar says Havertz is back in training.
2-1 Newcastle.
Oh gosh.
Man said 2-1 Newcastle.
Man, I need that result. If I can get that result, surely Arsenal can't lose at home again.
Big up Shamar. Hey, surely it's just a word.
Don't call me surely, innit?
Yeah. It's just a word, brother. All right, cool. That's the super chat's done. That's the predictions done. And I think in terms of topics, that's done too. It's only really Man City and Liverpool that have done anything in the window so far. Oh no, Man City ain't even done. All right, that's it. All right, nice early show. 4K in the building. Hit the like button. Am I missing anything, lads?
Blood clot. Are you really gonna end it on hour 10? We ain't done this in years.
I know, but it feels. I mean, it feels right.
Toby's waffling. That really takes it to 2 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, you know what? This is proof. This is actually we proved today Who does? Because basically we didn't discuss the Spurs segment, yeah, or any argumentative
And he
points.
argues everything.
Yeah,
Anyway.
he argues with everything and everyone.
Everything, any super chat, anything. Yeah.
Everything. He's just fighting everyone.
The best thing I've ever heard from Toby, what clearly got me for Toby was that, and I know he's never played football in his life, yeah, was when we did the mob and we talked about the free kick that came in. And I said, look at Liverpool, they've all stepped out. And he said, and Saka got in at the back post and missed it. And he went, no, they played for that. And I said, how the fuck did they play for that? I said, because if Liverpool don't run out, they run in and someone heads that away and Saka don't get the ball. I could see his face and the cogs ticking in his mind thinking, yeah, he's right. But he ain't going to ever say you're right. He's just going to stick to the bullshit that comes out of his mouth. You know what I mean? But fucking hell. Yeah, man.
Definitely, let me get this in.
He's going to be watching this. He's going to be watching back this show. Angry.
There will be a quiz at the end of the season. Total Eclipse. There will be a quiz. Hopefully,
I need to be better than that one. I had a disaster last time. Was I last time? I think.
Yeah. Like embarrassingly last. I think.
Yeah. I need to do. This is
like 3 points and shit.
We're trying to do it in person at the studio to make a change. So hopefully, it's looking like Friday, 30th of May. That's what it's looking like, people. But I need to obviously arrange it.
We've got to go over our predictions and that we did beginning of the season because I can't remember fuck all what I said.
Oh, that's a good one.
I mean, we can go back. Yeah, we can go back to it and touch in on it. But in terms of
at the end of the last show of the season, do we go back and say this is what we all predicted? And
I'll bring it up. Yeah, I'll bring it up and see how accurate
it's not going to count for anything.
No, it's just intriguing to see how everyone thought what was going to happen, you know.
Yeah.
Every prediction.
Shout out though, if you want more content, then you're lucky that we uploaded yesterday, aren't you? You know what I mean?
Yes.
You've got content there. So
Champions League.
That's your extra 30-40 minutes of content there. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, there you are.
There you go, people.
You actually catch us having serious football debate. We're actually like grown-ups.
Yeah.
Weird.
Something different. It's weird.
I can't say the rest of the pre-records didn't go like that.
No, some of them did. I thought some of them would be good.
No, they were. 100%. If you guys want to see real football chat, the real badmans.
Yeah.
Go check out the Big Six videos.
Trust me. A lot more to come, people. Like Matisse said, that dropped yesterday. Premier League or Champions League? What is number one? Healthy debate. Go over, watch it about 40 minutes, but we're looking to bring you a lot more. So make sure you're subscribed. Notification.
Ridwan says, what are you doing on 100k subs? Suggestions.
Party, man.
We need to get there, man. Come on. Where's all the South Africans?
Get there first. Help us get there first.
Get your mate, your grandma, the Vuvuzela mob. Get them all sorted out. We're coming to South Africa. Yeah,
we're having it.
You know, listen, if we're not feeling the love in South Africa, we're never going back there. We're never going back. So
and that's a threat.
Listen, if anyone knows a decent place I can get a bulletproof vest, let me know, and a city one preferably. And then anyone knows any good bodyguards over there in South Africa, not them bent ones that rob all your gear. You know, ones that are going to shoot people if anyone comes attacks me. We're the kind of guys we want to know. So if you know any bodyguards in South Africa, we're on it, man.
Yeah,
get in touch.
We got TOBS, man. We got TOBS. It's all right, man.
We got security sorted and TOBS, so everything's gonna be fine. Don't
NYPD, brother. NYPD.
And GRIZZ, and GRIZZ. You remember from New York. And
don't
GRIZZ.
even dare, bro. Don't even dare.
Only GRIZZ has walked through
What's
Harlem.
The equivalent? The South
NYPD
African people.
jumper.
Can the South African man and woman them? Can you guys tell me?
I don't know this guy. When they ask me, yo, who do you know this guy? I say, I don't know you.
Relax.
Relax.
You're only gonna know me there, brother. So just shut up. Yeah. Anyway, what's
his name? Locals, mate. Not safer with them than you.
Can the South African people tell me what's the equivalent of the South of the NYPD so I can get the merch?
Nah, you're not getting that over there. You're not getting that
over there, bro.
You're not. Finish last. Finish last in the prediction league. I'll drop you in the main hoods.
You know what?
We'll see how that one goes. We'll see how that one
survive in the hood.
Steve said we can't go back, but did he not see Cape Town are asking for us as well?
Yeah, no. Cape Town, listen, we'll fly in 11 hours. I'm sure you could sort something out. And Durban, it's even closer. So obviously, we had to pick one place. And Joburg made sense because of connections and help and whatnot. So we're hoping to deliver something special. But it'd be nice if people from Durban or Cape Town.
Still on over there? Is the football season still on there?
I think so. You know,
I don't know. Yes, winter, so it might be.
There's two teams, isn't there? Kaiser Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. Who are we supporting, man? I've seen one of them wears a Kappa kit. I ain't stretching myself into a Kappa kit. So whoever doesn't wear a Kappa kit, I'm supporting them.
Kappa in the 90s. Kappa in the 90s was quality.
When I was in my slimmer days, City was Kappaed up. I loved it. But now Kappa, they make fucking hell. I look like the only gay in the village, man, if I put that on.
Oh, mate. South Africa, big up. America, see you soon. And obviously, we're looking down the list to see what other areas, communities, people are watching the show and watching and supporting. And obviously, we hope to hit up everywhere by the end. And yeah, we hope there's no end, because next season we hope to bring you more. But like Matisse said, go over, watch the Premier League versus Champions League debate. More to come. Mob tomorrow. Back to main show on Monday. And then more to come next week. Europa League final. SAEED, he's going. He'll be back for the Thursday show. So make sure you're there, people. Subscribe, notification bell on. Love for the love. We'll be back again soon. Peace.